It began as an ordinary evening for 5 friends: Liam, Sarah, Jess, Tony, and Mason. Gathered in Liam's cozy living room, they shared laughter and conversation. Suddenly, a notification buzzed on Liam's phone, breaking the warmth of the moment. It was a mysterious invitation to an exclusive escape room, promising a staggering $100,000 prize for whoever made it out first. The friends were instantly captivated, their imaginations running wild with the possibility of winning such a life-changing sum. The following evening, their excitement carried them to the remote and imposing Wardley Estate. Shrouded in mist and bathed in the eerie glow of the moon, the mansion stood silent and menacing. As they crossed the threshold, an unsettling chill ran down their spines. Greeted by a host with a smile that didn't quite reach his eyes, they were briefed on the rules. With a resounding click, the doors locked behind them. They believed they were ready, or so they thought. The first challenge led them into an old, dimly lit library. The smell of aged paper and leather filled the air as they began searching for a key hidden within a book. But they had no idea the shelves were booby-trapped. Eager to lead, Liam reached for a book high on a shelf. Without warning, the heavy wooden shelf collapsed, crashing down with a deafening thud. The group rushed to help, but the weight was immense. Blood pooled on the floor beneath the wreckage. Liam was gone, and the grim reality of their predicament began to sink in. Overwhelmed by fear, Jess bolted to the door, pounding on it with all her might. Her voice cracked as she screamed for help. But then, a hidden mechanism triggered. A sharp spike of wood shot out from the wall, impaling Jess instantly. Her body slumped against the door. Her desperate bid for freedom had brought her a swift, cruel end. Now only Sarah, Tony, and Mason remained. They stumbled into the next room, a sterile, cold space with 2 gas masks on a pedestal. Above them, a sign mockingly read, "Welcome you 3." The message was clear. They had expected only 3 survivors by now. As toxic gas began seeping in, panic set in. Sarah acted swiftly, grabbing a mask. Mason and Tony, frozen in shock, fought for the remaining one. Their friendship disintegrated under the weight of survival. When the gas cleared, Tony lay lifeless. Mason, guilt-ridden, breathed heavily through the mask. The final room was a claustrophobic space with a single button on a pedestal. Above it, the words, "Only one can leave," loomed ominously. Mason lunged for the button, but Sarah wasn't ready to give up. They wrestled, desperate to be the one who escaped. As the walls closed in, Sarah, with every ounce of strength, shoved Mason aside and slammed the button. The door opened and she stumbled out, leaving Mason behind. His screams echoed as the walls sealed his fate. Freedom came at a terrible cost. As Sarah stumbled into the forest, she was struck from behind, blacking out. When she awoke, the cold night surrounded her. She fumbled for her phone, calling her best friend, Emma. Hours passed before the sound of Emma's car brought hope. She found Sarah trembling by the roadside. The ordeal had left scars too deep to heal. The next morning, Sarah's phone buzzed with a notification. $100,000 deposited into her account. The prize was hers, but at an unimaginable cost. The haunting memories of her friend's final moments would forever linger. The money was a cruel reminder of the deadly game she had survived.